Hello, I'm Jane Granskog, your host of From Iron Woman to Wise Woman, Ageless Endurance, Redefining Fitness, and Embracing Wisdom. And today I'm so excited for our guest, Dr. Shaun McKee. She's someone I found who has a remarkable history of Ironman experiences and ongoing work with women over the age of 40. Reigning, reigniting their vitality and joy. I'm so excited to have her as a guest today. And this is her bio. Dr. Shaun is an esteemed, board certified neuroradiologist with a remarkable career trajectory, having served as a chief of neuroradiology at USAF Kessler Medical Center and achieved the position of senior fellow at Tufts New England Medical Center. She possesses an exceptional breadth of experience in the medical field. Beyond her medical expertise, Dr. Shaun is a trailblazer in the realm of health and wellness, founding the Vitality MD, an international company dedicated to advancing nutrigenomics. Dr. Shaun's pursuit extends beyond the medical sphere. She is also an accomplished athlete, having completed 2 full Ironman triathlons, 140.6 miles, including qualifying for the International Triathlon World Championship Team USA in Ibiza, Spain, as well as numerous marathons and ultramarathons. Furthermore, she has made significant contributions to community development and supported various cultural and heritage initiatives. In her personal life, Dr. Shaun balances her professional achievements with familial responsibilities as a devoted wife and mother to 2 sons pursuing legal careers. Alongside her family, she cares for 4 beloved doodle companions, enriching her life with their presence. Dr. Shaun's multifaceted journey is a testament to her unwavering dedication and diverse interests. So, hello there, Dr. Shaun.
Well, hello, Dr. Jane. Thank you so much for this opportunity to talk to you. And I love the title, From Iron Woman to Wise Woman. It is just encapsulates everything that our life experiences have taught us.
Yes, absolutely. And what I also found interesting in talking before is that we did our first triathlon in the same year, 1985. I was a
That's
bit
amazing.
older,
Yeah.
but yeah. And just to be able to do that and to do an Ironman in 87. There was only about 250 women that were doing it at that time.
Yeah, I my Ironman was in 2001 and 2002. But yeah, marathons in 87, marathons in 84 and 85, and again in 90. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, but my Ironman wasn't till much later.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Okay. Well, why don't you tell me about any new projects that you have going on? I know
Oh
you.
my goodness. Everything I am about right now is helping the woman who's over 40 who just doesn't feel like she used to, like she wants to, like she's supposed to. Figure out little simple hacks that she can do that aren't going to exhaust her, that aren't going to sap her energy, deplete her adrenals, that are going to help actually bring her back that energy, joy, and just plain vitality that she had when she was 20 something. And that's what I'm all about. I'm addressing everything from simple daily hacks that you can do that just take a moment and of course take a moment and just turn it into something that increases energy, including even just transitioning that mindset that you have to do an hour of a high intensity
Yes.
workout, CrossFit, those kind of things. Yes, they're great, but they're also when you're over 40, there's a delicate balance that can be tipped in the wrong direction.
Absolutely. Yes. I appreciate that because, I did my last Ironman when I was 50, and that was way back when, in 1996. So that kind of tells you how old I am.
Yeah. only.
But yes, I think that that's it. I was fascinated by your work because I can see that this makes a difference, and I'm so glad to have you on because of
Thank
that. Well, so what would you say was a turning point that set the shift in your life as an athlete?
Well, I'll tell you how it all started. In high school, I was, kind of an athlete. I did, my first job was actually at a health and wellness facility, a Nautilus Fitness Center. That was my first job, teaching people how to get onto the machines and use their body movements to, create strength in their muscles. My dad had been a marathoner for several years, and I didn't even want to join the cross country team though because I was intimidated. I didn't realize it was only 2.3 miles that the girls ran. I thought it was like 10 miles at cross country. I just thought that was a long way, and I didn't even look into it because I thought, well, I don't know if I could do that. So I signed up for track, not realizing there's not a single fast twitch muscle fiber in my entire being. So I did not excel in track. But I did have a friend that said, if you can run 5 miles, you can run a marathon. And the time I was actually jogging at night, with my little Sony Walkman, if that dates you, that it dates me. And I would, run 3, 4, 5 miles and just loved it. It was my release. It was my, just relaxation time. And I realized I've got my dad who's running marathons. I've got my friend who says if I can run 5 miles, I can run a marathon. So I asked my dad, I said, how do you train for a marathon? And so he sent me his little calendar where he ran 3 miles on Monday, 2 on Wednesday, and 5 on Thursday, that kind of thing. And I just followed that and got to run my first marathon in 1984, and it was wonderful. Ran it again in my first year of college, and then it was a while before I ran again another marathon again. But I did get into triathlon in the meantime.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, so I think it makes a difference if we have familial support, or if we have an experience of growing up and using athletics or running or whatever it is to be able to deal with the anxiety or deal with the pressures or just simply to release a little bit of energy. And I think that that's also important in terms of, when we talk about ageless endurance and redefining fitness, it's all about how we can do this. And I think the practicality of having small steps and the consistency, and I would say gratitude for
Okay.
what we are able to do. I think that that's really critical.
Yes, that's really very key. There's a wonderful a saying about gratitude. you know, well, it's the key to happiness, basically.
Yeah,
It really
I
is.
think a gratitude and the sense of persistence. Um, and I think that there's also one other thing that is makes a difference as well. It is um, the emphasis that we give to the importance of just simply the importance of the accomplishment that we have. I gratitude and just appreciation
Yes,
for when we are able to um, have those heartfelt experiences. And being in nature, I think it certainly is key for me. And I think it's
absolutely.
really important. And that's an element of it's not just the physical exercise. It is the impact that it has on your spiritual well-being as well. That makes a difference. Yeah.
Fresh air and sunshine are cures for so much.
Yeah, I would agree to that. And I think the other thing that's also important is consistency of just doing a little bit. There's an old a saying that I like to use: inch by inch is a cinch, yard by yard it's hard.
Yes, break it down. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that I also think that what's really important is having a group of supportive women. I know when I was a beginning triathlete, there was a student that I had in school that became my coach.
Nice.
And I remember, we went to Mexico and we came back, and she said, "Okay, you want to do a tryout? You want to do a running race, a 10K?" And she says, okay. So she took me out to the track and made me run around the track 26 times. And
Wow.
that's what did it. And
Yeah.
I had two goals. One was not to finish dead last and try
Hmm.
to do it in under an hour. So those were reasonable goals. And I think that, you know, we can't, it's like what you were saying, that you thought, well, um, you thought that what track was better than cross country running because cross country running was so long and you didn't realize it. And so when
Right.
we realize exactly what it is, and then when we accomplish it, wow, that excitement that we have of having accomplished it, I think that's a key, and that is also a motivation that keeps us going.
Yep. Yep.
Absolutely.
Nobody can ever take it away from you. You did it, you know? You
Yeah,
ran that 10K.
exactly. Exactly. You know, and I never thought about it that, you know, I did 12 Ironman distance events. And it was all because of the emphasis that I gave to, you know, as an anthropologist, I do this. I ended up doing ethnographic research on women, culture, and exercise, and published a book on just try TRI and DU it, which is just try and do it, which is
Yeah.
on participation of women of varying ages. Uh,
Nice.
in doing the triathlon, from someone in their 20s going into the 30s, 30s into their 40s, 40s into their 50s, which is where I was, and then 50 and above.
Mhm.
And to have that first experience of being able to go to and to see the women being able to participate, which is why I just had to write about it. And you know, I also published a book on called Athletic Intruders, which is about you know uh, ethnographic research on women, culture, and exercise. It wasn't just about triathlons; it was about all kinds of different activities. Because back in the 70s and 80s, these were things that women didn't do.
Right.
You you're raised to take care of kids, to have kids, and not necessarily to focus in on what was important to you. And I think that the kinds of activities that you are doing now is very important to how we are redefining the sense of fitness and redefining how we are and how we can be. And
Yes.
so, all right. Well, so with that, my last question, and then I've got
Mhm.
three more,
Okay.
is what is the essence of your approach to living life as an athletic woman?
I love that question. So for me, it's being able now, not just physically able, but mentally in a mindset way, physically also financially and from a time schedule perspective to be able to do whatever it is you want to do. Now, if you're crazy and want to climb, Mount Kilimanjaro, then there's a different level there. But for me, it's just being able to go out and do a hike that I want to do, or climb a small
Mhm.
mountain, not Mount Kilimanjaro, or do a kayak race, or do a 5K, or just do a long trail, anything, or mountain bike. Those kind of things. Being able to do that at the spur of the moment, and to have a peer group, family, friends that can do it and enjoy it with you. That's the essence of being an athletic woman. That ability. Just go and do and enjoy and have friends that can keep up with you.
Yes, and that's all about vitality and joy.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, well, as a final kind of question, I have three questions for you.
Okay. Reefer.
Three. Okay. What is one thing that you're grateful for?
Well, it's got to be health. It's got to be number one. The ability to do cartwheels, to run, to jump for joy, and just and have a family that's also in have health, that I don't have to, just the non. Of course, anything can happen at any time, but on a day-to-day basis, the ability to not worry about whether your big toe is going to function. My dad told me once, if we had to audibly and out loud or write down everything we're grateful for that we have, and or we would lose it, we would never stop listing the things, from your gums to your toenails to your adrenals to your hair follicles. Everything is just countless. And So definitely health is number one, but I mean, the list is literally endless.
Yeah, I agree with you. Well, my second question is, what is one thing that you learned recently that you wish you had learned years ago?
Mm, that's actually easy. And it's this, because I was the Energizer Bunny, I was the exercise bunny like you, that there is actually such a thing as too much exercise,
Mm.
that you can push your body. And yes, that which does not kill you makes you stronger, but at the same time, it overwhelms your ability, your body's natural ability to heal and repair.
Mm.
And once you do that excess, you hit that excess, you're not only yes, you're adapting, but you're also creating real cellular havoc, including even breaks to your DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And sadly, it can show in some of these endurance athletes. And I like to say I'm a recovering endurance athlete, because sometimes the top endurance athletes that are out there, running, hundreds of miles a week, they can look kind of similar to a patient that's undergoing chemotherapy, because that's the kind of damage that they're doing to their bodies, even though they're physically capable, which is kind of a paradox, but true.
Well, I think that's all about redefining fitness.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And
absolutely.
the wisdom that comes with it. And so
Yes.
often the wisdom that comes with it is once you get an accident or something happens and you can't, and then just having the gratitude for taking it easy and being able to relax and say, I don't have to do this shit if I don't, excuse my language, if I don't want.
That's right.
Well, I have a last question. Do you have a favorite quote that you use when times get tough?
I've got several, and I can't hold myself to just one. I apologize.
Okay.
The
No,
first
not at all.
one is, there is no key to happiness. The door is always open.
Mm.
You just have to know what to do to flip that switch in your brain. Second one is similar. There is that there how simple it is to realize that we can only be happy now, and there will never be a time when it is not now.
Mm.
That just speaks to me. Um, okay, I'll skip to the one that I wrote. We are human beings, not human doings. So bask in being.
Ooh, I like that. That's really good.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
bask in being. Yeah.
Mhm. And that was, one of the things that kind of sparked me on this road to really addressing the vitality of women over 40. Is I kept hearing myself say two things. One, because you're a working professional woman, you've got family responsibilities, you've got real estate, da da da, business, da da da, all the things. And there's two things that I said out loud. I said out loud on many occasions, I don't have time to pee. But I said internally, I just want to just be. I just want to have time to just be. And that's when, you realize that slowing down is the way to speed up. You will accomplish a lot more, go a lot farther. You just slow down and take care of yourself, and pay attention to the little things that your soul is craving. Time to
Yes,
be.
I agree with you. I think it's really, we're not human doings. And, and because doing and that emphasis upon doing, it's like the answer is out there.
Right,
And somehow we're not enough. And I
right.
think it's about being is really being able to welcome and to embrace. That's the wisdom. That's the wise woman who embraces her ability to be present now.
Yes.
And I think that it's for me, it's really important to be able to appreciate going out and sitting under a tree and just, watching the world go by, looking for the birds and seeing what everything is alive and everything is energy. And if we can appreciate that and do it with love and joy, and that's why I
Well,
love your whole focus on vitality and joy, because it's such an important emphasis. If I can be present with where I'm at and I can appreciate where I'm at, and I know that I am making a difference and being as you have done, being of service to others, then that's the essence of being a wise woman. I
Love
think that
that.
this is now that we really need this, and we need to embrace it, and we need to be able, that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this summit. Yes, it's about getting the word out about the book, that my memoir that's coming out, which is Iron Woman: Reclaiming My Spirit in Midlife, from Ordinary to Extraordinary. And it is about the extraordinary journey that I've had as I become a wise woman. And I find that, I'm now retired, but I can take that time to be able to just to appreciate what I have, and the gratitude and joy that I can see in seeing the hummingbirds outside, or that, and I can appreciate that, especially in these chaotic times. We need that grounding, and I think it's so important if we can ground, and if we can listen and be with others and just listen to what they have to say, and then maybe tweak. Ah, well, you could do just this or that. You don't have to do all of that. You know, I'm not doing any Ironmans anymore, but it still is having that physical sense of fitness, of doing something that's consistent, and where we can use different kinds of weights to be able to make sure that we are balanced, and that we are taking care of our bodies. And I also think that pets are a glorious way to have support.
Absolutely. They make you laugh. They make you move. They're very good.
Exactly, exactly. My sister has a dog, and she says, I'm walking 15,000 steps a day,
That's
and
awesome.
this is what's keeping her going. And she's getting up there in age. She's my older sister, anyway.
Okay, that's so
But,
great. 15,000 steps is very respectable.
well,
Very.
it's not 50,000, 15,000.
No, I said 15, but even I know 15 is very respectful. It's like five plus miles a day. It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And she doesn't do it every day, but this is what has kept her healthy. And I try to get in at least 2 miles a day. I try to get in my spin class once a week. I try to get in at least two strength workouts, in terms of, and that has been helping my balance. And I'm going, okay, this is good, because we always have these challenges, health challenges with osteoporosis as we're getting older. And I think that your emphasis upon food and taking each step, little by little, and being consistent and doing it with joy.
Absolutely.
Now, we do have to wrap this up. This has been the most amazing interview, and I'm so glad that I was able to have you in my interview series.
I am honored that you chose me. Thank you so much.
Yes. Well, would you like to share the special free gift that you have for our audience?
I sure would. I have a free guide that is called From Frazzled to Flourishing. And it's the 5 little known hacks that vitality hacks that you can take, that a 40-year-old, a woman over 40 can use to reclaim the energy and joy she had when she was 20 something.
All right. I want that.
I want to read your book too. So this is perfect.
Okay. Well, this has just been so great. Thank you so much. And
You're very
bye for now.